if you're a crypto holder, you have to admit right now, the last couple of weeks, few weeks, whatever you want to call it, have been extremely exciting. Headlines all over the place, volatility all over the place. It was bearish and then it's bullish. Today's crypto market cap, 1.17 trillion, sitting above $1 trillion. Bitcoin sitting above $30,000 as I do this video. And before we even dive into this Binance news and some of Jerome Powell's remarks from today, I want to just read this tweet from Pompliano. I think it just sits well right now. BlackRock shows up and Bitcoin is up 20% for the week. People forget that Bitcoin went from zero to nearly $1 trillion market cap with almost no institutional participation. If retail investors were good for 1 trillion, what do you think happens when the deep pockets come to play? There's a lot of back and forth whether or not the big pockets coming to play is even a good thing. But I think at the very foundational general level, it's just a sentiment I do agree with. No matter what, if all of this money is coming into this scarcity asset, which is Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen next? I just wanted to start with that because there are headlines all over the place. So many to cover, but I want to cover Binance and what's going on. To set the tone here, as we dive into the Binance news, this is an article from June 8th, just to give some context. Binance CEO, as many of you know, CZ offshore trading firm received nearly $11 billion in client assets, U.S. SEC claims. Binance had previously denied commingling customer deposits with company funds. So that's the article from weeks ago. We've tracked this story, but here's what's dropping today. Binance argues, as this ongoing case, SEC versus Binance argues SEC has no evidence of commingling in new court documents. Binance says the SEC contradicted its own statements about the crypto company commingling customer assets. I just tweeted this a little bit ago, kind of breaking it down in the simplest fashion I could. New court documents. Binance swings back, dismantling SEC claims. Another big move in the ongoing legal duel. As you know, the SEC had been crying foul on Binance and CZ for asset commingling and even tried to freeze Binance's assets. This is what just happened today, though. When the court grilled the SEC, asking for concrete evidence, I'm going to show you the document, I'm going to show you the transcript. They went silent and they admitted they had none. So we went from this article, SEC claiming all of these things, right, to being grilled right now in court, admitting that they don't have anything. Binance, fighting tooth and nail, pretty much accused the SEC of smear campaign and questioned their professional conduct. That's just it, everybody. Everything SEC has been doing, it just feels like a smear campaign. Not even just Binance, but Coinbase, Ripple, all across the board. And it has not been sitting well, apparently, as we covered in a recent video, even with certain donors, right? So from a political perspective, this is not playing out too well. This is the transcript. Look at this. So where have you made a showing that it is money from the U.S. companies that is moving out? SEC says, it hasn't happened yet, Your Honor. Court says, I want to know, are BAM assets going offshore? Are you saying it's happening or it's not? And it's kind of stunning to me that I've now asked this question to each of the SEC attorneys 5 times. And at the bottom of the screen, you should be able to see the SEC says, so currently the assets are not going offshore. We're not seeing any flows of money outside the United States. And shout out to this Twitter account for just that context, because I couldn't really find that transcript, but that's transcript from this news. It's just insane to see what is going on right now. I mean, just look at that. So currently the assets are not going offshore. We're not seeing any flows of money outside the US. So this is just another development in this case, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The SEC, it seems like in these cases, the judges are kind of just, their eyebrows are raised to what the SEC is doing here. And I'm not saying that's going to continue like that, but these are, I think, really little wins for the crypto space. That's that news breaking today. Let's look at Jerome Powell. So here's kind of a recap of what happened today. A few things he alluded to. Federal Reserve should play a role in regulating stablecoins. Stablecoins can be viewed as money. We wouldn't endorse the implementation of a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, intended for personal use. And he also did say, which essentially is what the title of this video is, this.
Crypto and digital assets in the U.S. has got a market cap of around $1.1 trillion right now. It's been there for a bit. Do you acknowledge that this asset class has staying power in the U.S. economy?
It appears to have some staying power. Of course, that 1.1 trillion was, what was that a year ago? A lot higher.
Yeah. It's had some crypto and...
It appears to have staying power in the U.S. And I tweeted this. I just had to tweet this because he said a year ago, he was kind of throwing shade. It seemed at crypto, hey, a year ago, it was a lot higher. It's down. But the thing about it is, a year ago today, it was actually $880 billion market cap crypto. And today it's 1.17 trillion or so, right? So we're up actually around 27%. So I needed to tweet that. I needed to correct that a little bit. But other things, I mean, he was saying other things in the meetings today. We do see payment stablecoins as a form of money. A lot of people reacting to that as kind of bullish. Check this out.
We do see payment stablecoins as a form of money. And in all advanced economies, the ultimate source of credibility in money is the central bank. And we believe that it would be appropriate to have quite a robust federal role in what happens in stablecoins going forward, and that leads.
And as you know, everybody, there are always two sides to this. And many of you out there, I'd be curious of your thoughts, these comments, bullish, bearish. I think in general, though, the initial reaction that I kind of noticed is when you see somebody like Jerome Powell, Chair Jerome Powell, basically just talking about stablecoins, just alluding to crypto. People get excited. People look at that as just simply bullish, right? Especially when it's not some crazy like fear and uncertainty or doubt being kind of spread by what he's saying, but just something even just neutral. And here's another one. Could the U.S. ever see a federal CBDC?
If the Fed were to offer a direct individual accounts to citizens, wouldn't this be a direct threat to the financial privacy of many Americans?
Potentially, and that's why we would not. It's not something we support. We would not support, accounts at the Federal Reserve by individuals. That would not be. If we were to, and we're a long way from this, if we were to, support at some point in the future a CBDC, it would be one that were intermediated through the banking system and not.
So the banking system. But I guess floating around also is, I think the general sentiment is, I think most people kind of, no matter what direction it's coming from, CBDCs are no good, right? So he's saying the banks, but who did we find out just yesterday even just confirmed once again the banks own the politicians. The banks essentially own the government. So I'm not sure this is really that important of news, but just another comment from Jerome Powell. But I think this one's a big one, just kind of what he said in terms of the staying power of crypto. I think that says a lot about the crypto space, especially as we have things like this Binance case, and we have Binance really putting on those fighting gloves against the SEC, claiming they have no evidence of commingling in these court documents that were released. And this is ongoing. So we're going to continue to see things. I'm going to continue breaking the news as it comes out and just kind of trying to stay afloat with all of these crazy crypto headlines. Let me know your thoughts once again in the comments below. I appreciate all of you out there. I really do. This has been fun, kind of doing these crypto news videos outside of just technical analysis. So if you enjoy it, hit the subscribe. Please hit that like button for me. It really does mean a lot. Your support does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.